Excuse me. Oh man, okay. All right. Good evening. My name is Willehad Eilers, also known as Wayne Horse. I came here to paint a mural, and then I got to know I'm also going to do a presentation. Decided to do something a bit like kind of alongside the murals I did during my time, which is, it's never been like my, at some point it was my main thing, but like I just kind of made a selection for you guys this afternoon. I was really breaking my dick to do it, to be honest, but here we go. This is me as a young man, 2003, sitting on a horse wearing a white suit. That's just for you to see, to know who you're messing with, you know. Okay. See this? That's right. That's me on a horse. All right, this is the first ever mural I made. This was also in 2003. And it says up there, it doesn't really, but it was supposed to say in Russian, Fun Girls Beach. Because I was kind of like a beach type guy, you know, and you've seen me, like I'm a... Anyway, like that, you have two stakes, and I did this in an abandoned tuberculosis clinic next to Berlin. And back then, I think I kind of I taped the whole mural. Like I was pretty obsessed back then. Just like Flash came out, and I was interested in vector graphics, and I wanted to do stuff as clean as possible. And that kind of continued with my next ever mural, which was this one called The Prince of Joy. And obviously, yet again, the Prince of Joy is me, Willehad Eilers. I am the Prince of Joy. So it's very, very tight lines. Like back then, I just got to know. I live in Amsterdam. I still live there, but back then I just moved to Amsterdam, and I got to meet Chess and the London police, and they. Like I first knew their artwork, then I got to know them, and I was very, very inspired, I wanted to make it mine. I wanted to steal that shit. Like I wanted to also be able to do like vector lines. I wanted to have it all like fucking clean as hell and all that kind of stuff. So I made these kind of drawings, and like as you see, like I defined all the edges. Like actually, there's like some shit on the side of his cheek or something. But back then, that was really my thing. And then I started to feel a bit caged. Then I didn't like it so much anymore, because every time I would go to a wall or like open my sketchbook, make a sketch, I would basically know what the outcome would be, and I thought I'm better than that. Like I thought like actually my ideas were much more free than the way I execute them, and I got very unsatisfied with it. So I wanted to destroy that hand that I built. Like I didn't want to have this vector stuff anymore, and I didn't know how to get loose of it. And as you see, like I thought, okay, like let's. I always call it like break the hand in a way. Like I wanted to redefine the way I draw. So what better way to redefine or like to kind of break your hand by like just depicting like broken shit. Like so like car crashes after car crashes after car crashes. Oh, excuse me, car crashes. And I made like probably like at least 50 of these drawings or something, because in those I could just kind of draw freely without it showing that I messed up the lines, which was something before. It was so particular. As soon as I did something wrong, you'd see it, because I was such a fucking tightly knitted asshole with my vector lines that like this was freeing for me. Then I had an exhibition at which I built like this sculpture, and like this is supposed to be smeared in shit on the wall. That was my idea. Because like back in the day in my high school, like this guy Channel, he just smeared his own name and shit on the toilet. Thought it was so cool. But he got kicked off school. But like this is kind of in his memory, you know? And I made this, like it was like at this exhibition. Here's a mural, because it's mural time, mural theme. So this is a mural I made together with a good friend of mine, Raymond Lemstra, who now lives in Korea, in Seoul. He got married, he's a happy married man. And still also doing very beautiful art. Like if you get the chance, you should check it out. And this is like in the right in-between phase. Like this is when I broke loose of like my like overly seemingly perfect kind of stuff, going towards more in the direction that I work in now. But what I like about this piece, which is why I dedicated it 3 diyas in this presentation, is I like the story. Like we have like these gods dangling above the mountains, and then we have these guys who all like brought their best car and made all their servants carry them on their car to kind of somehow pray so much to their gods, as if they would be impressed by their fucking Chrysler or whatever the shit they're driving, you know? And you see, like, they're also, like, in nervousness. They get drunk, and, like, he's, like, peeking through his binoculars. I thought the scene was very nice. Like, something about this mural, I'm not so happy no more about the execution, but the topic is pretty nice. And that's something that in my whole stuff, I'm kind of happy that it still happens, that I can identify with what I was saying, not always with how I was saying it. Here I got in trouble again because I made this drawing and it just really has no emotion whatsoever. Like it's, the feeling, what I wanted to express is there, like you're a little too big for this whole place and you're a big fucking baby and you're drinking your vanilla milkshake in the museum space. And are you happy now? No, of course not, because you're a big fucking baby. And that's how I felt. But like my lines didn't say that. Like the way I drew it just said like, I'm scared. I don't know. I want to make something perfect. And I hated that. So I knew I had to destroy myself further. The thing that I thought I hated the most because of its arrogance was Bambi. I thought like Bambi was, for me back then, was like the like where everything comes together, like all arrogance and lines. And I made before this even, like I did like all sorts of dubious projects of how to get loose of my own eagerness and all this. And in this Bambi series, I painted 500 Bambis like this. And I made a video of it as well, but I didn't want to show it because it's kind of complicated to incorporate it in the presentation. So, exactly. So I just have a few of these. So I tried to destroy Bambi by just drawing it blindly and just having like a, in a way, I got a lot into Bambi because I found like if I do these lines, it completely destroys it, but somehow its essence gets transported in a few of the lines. And I was very much into that. So I got like really attracted into blind drawing. That's when I made this piece. And it's called, in Germany, when your children are bothering you too much, and they say, can I do this, can I do that? You tell the children, mach die Augen zu, dann siehst du, was du darfst. Which translates to, close your eyes and you see what you may do. Which means nothing, because that's how we live in Germany. But I close my eyes and I drew myself in a Cadillac being carried by naked police women, and we're going to the beach. And one of those police women is playing the trumpet for me. And wouldn't you know it? I'm holding a nice, cool glass of cava in my very right hand. It amused me a lot. It liberated me. I really enjoyed to draw like this. So I made more. Like, look at this. Like, I'm in bed, having a bottle of wine being carried by swans high over all the cities. And it's very romantic too, you know? I made some mural of that, but it's way more stiff and doesn't really do justice to the whole thing. Here we have me, 10 years later, in front of a bunch of muscled cows. They're called Belgium Wit Blue. It's a Belgium specialty, these kind of cows. They're like kind of bodybuilder cows. I was fascinated. I contacted the farmer. He allowed me to come there, and I took a bunch of pictures. No. Like the first one was a CNA suit we bought instead of buying our parents Christmas presents like one day in the city. And this one actually was just some shit I found in Amsterdam somewhere. Anyway, I put this image here to remind me that I was kind of rethinking something, but I forgot what it was. I think it was like that I enjoyed the blind drawing and went further, made more abstract drawings. So here we have your house burnt down and all that is left is glass and ashes, festive version, because I use a lot of colors. I make it nice, make it good. Pile decorated with flowers, but also piss, blood, and excrement. But it's jolly, you love it. You love it. You love it. This is me. I loved it so much. I made a storm drawing. I dressed up as some fucking medieval clown with a hammer and I drew it on a wall. This is me getting even more artistic, but also fearing a little bit that I'm losing touch with reality. So while I'm doing my abstract expressionist drawings, I am drawing doner kebab to ground me, to combine working class and high art. High art, working class. High art, working class. You get me? So, doner kebab. Doner kebab. I made millions of these, but this is something else. Creature in Amsterdam North, for example. I don't know, I was a bit rushy while taking the pictures. So I started to draw beasts. I like beasts. Blind beasts, hyenas. I drew this one in Hong Kong during the Umbrella Revolution, which was a very beautiful time because the whole road around Hong Kong was blocked and you could go for walks and there were people camping. Everyone was kind of very positive feeling time. So I made the Hong Kong beast. I had a great time, my best travel ever through Asia because I got to meet a lot of people through the painting. Another beast, tried to go even further. You see, I was trying to push the envelope a bit back then. Another beast. This time I thought about Iron Maiden. I think I thought about Iron Maiden in the face a bit, have this kind of... And here we have a woman working on a laptop from home. Here we have a yoga session. And then I did a serious exhibition show and I enlarged some of my drunk scribbles to make them look highly official. I did so many ways that I somehow tried to elevate this blind shit that I did that nobody liked and I thought was the essence of life itself. I was so convinced. I also built a bunch of drinking furniture for that show. Then Mexicans tattooed some shit of mine and sent me pictures. And I thought damn, nice. I started drawing big girls in my studio. And more. This one looks like a Greek dog or something. I like that. She's on the telephone. Taking care of business. This one is eating Power Whey. Because in this day and age, Power Whey is a big thing. This is me in autumn. I'm thinking again. I'm trying to change something. And I can tell you what it is. I was doing so much studio time with these, blind drawing stuff that goes so quick, and I never had really... I always felt guilty. I'm in the studio and I work for 10 minutes and basically my day's work is done. And I decided to start compositing again. I allowed myself to open my eyes and make compositions. So this is one of the first ones of these kind of party drawings I did afterwards, in which I combined the blind drawing, but allow myself in between to open my eyes to kind of arrange a scene around it. So there's another one. And then I made a show in which I made a sculpture where I invited all my friends to come for a dinner of drugs. At the end of the night, I would spray the whole table black, and we put it on fire, and we sprayed it black again, and it was like a very big mess, and we got in trouble, and the show turned out very beautiful, though. Then I made a big mural-ish, not mural, but like a canvas, which kind of I treated as a mural, and we see my dear dog Otto down there, rest in peace. That was 2017, so like it was the first time in years that I made like a big drawing like that, and I painted it with a stick and a roller, and I had the time of my life. It was amazing. So on went the bed. How are we in time? I need to rush through a bit. Oh, it's okay? Yeah? Okay, so this was a time... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so this was a time at which like there weren't yet all these issues and things we have. Like this was like 2016, 17, and I saw though, like I saw it, like I thought we're going back to the 20s, the 2020s, but I thought there's a lot of similarity from the 1920s to the 2020s. And that's why I kind of adapted the style, like as you have also here in these ones, because I thought like we have the same kind of time of blinding ourselves, like we're aware of the harm we're causing everywhere elsewhere. It's not even like the individual's fault, but you blind yourself to it, and you have to somehow cope with it. So like a lot of it happened in like bench drinking, binge drinking, completely fine, binge drinking, and so here we have like our army of suckers breaking through the wall of the worlds. You see, like just bringing our big long sticks of Marlboro Gold, sniffing coke. Yeah, and we got a flag. We got some of our Misses, Miss 60, Miss New York, whatever the shit they're called. And then I painted this mural in Germany in a army. What do you call that? Like Americans used to be stationed there, right? Yeah, exactly. And in the barracks, and we got to visit. Like there were villas as well. Like this was kind of this was where the soldiers would live or whatever. But we could visit the generals' villas, and we went into, and one of the generals' villas had like in the living room, and apparently there like some of the Iraq war was like, I don't know, decided but discussed or something, and it had Picasso's quote over the window. Everything you can imagine is real. So I thought that's got to be my topic for my mural. So I just kind of took it all American, just made like this mess of Playboy bunnies killing each other, having like this sentence, and like the guy, like also special detail I like is the double penis victory sign. I was very proud of that. Okay, I came up with that. You saw it first. Here, this is where you saw it. Okay, then I invited a bodybuilder to, I curated a show. And I invited the European bodybuilder master to, it was a Christmas show. And I said, you're baby Jesus. And all the artists that came in, they came in by horse. I brought them in by horse. They had to present their works to him. And he had to unwrap them and hang them in the show. I really liked it. I don't know. I just put in nothing with murals, so I liked it a lot. I like this. Okay, so I made some more canvases like this, like a kissing passion, because I'm a passionate guy after all, you know. Another mural, long sticks. I'm thinking again. This is me in church 10 years later. And what am I thinking? I'm thinking it's time for color. So here we go, like this is the very first ever oil painting I made, like based on one of my scenes. Kind of looks horrible now, but back then I thought like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Like it was, I felt like last time I had this joy was like when I was 10 years old and I got the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and I wanted to play all day, and I had like kind of the same feeling about this kind of shit. It was amazing. And like, because I was so enthusiastic about it, I made like a massive amount of these kind of paintings in a short time. All sort of still, like this is now already 21, 22. I had a thing, you see the man in the middle, he doesn't have much blood left. He's all green. It's because he's a dreamer, and his dreams were a little too big for his little body. Like he just kind of suffers his own desire, which I had the feeling was what a lot of us do. That we want too much, and we go too far, and in the end, we're not even staring at the horizon anymore. Like we just have like this fucking big ass asshole fucking marshmallow guy. And you know what? Like the thing is like if you even, they can't even see it here, but on his very string tanga, it says OMW2FYB, which means on my way to fuck your bitch. And little does the dreamer know, because that's what happens if you dream too hard. You got to watch out what you're dreaming for. Through this, together with my mentor, who actually got me into oil, Philipp Müller from Austria, and I had an amazing session with him in Austria, and we were just painting and made this painting, for example. This is at a show in Brussels at Harlan Levy Projects. It was in 2021, I think. And the piece is called, of course, Life is Life. You might know the song. Life is life. Na 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 na. Na 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 life. You got it. I got back to black and white. This one, everybody's fighting against everyone. You don't know who is who, what is what. I don't know. Oh, COVID. What is this? Put this stick in your mouth. Like often, that's why I put these actually. Often I don't know what to think about things. And when I cannot put stuff in words anymore, I will make a painting about it. Just juggling around, like without no strings attached or something. That's why I don't make sketches. That's why I don't prepare before what I'm gonna do, because I want the work to help me. I want to get to know something by making the painting. And yeah, there's some Guernica in there, that's true, yes. I often do that. I often do like a reference to other paintings and all that, yes. And it's like anyway, but like what I do is I dance around the subject without, like I'm not saying like then I make a painting and I know the solution, I never do. But it helps me to dance around the subject without having to word out the sentences in my head. I just get like a notion, I'm just busy with it. And like somehow that gives me something, at least it gives me a bit of a peace of mind sometimes to let things out without having to define. Like that's important about this whole practice. Some more oil. Here we have a choir of bunnies dictating a filthy song to the piano player, which in consequence makes all the guests go all frisky, yeah. I had a show in also during COVID, which allowed me to do like the best ever installation, which was just, I told the guys, just smash some wine bottles on the ground. And I think this is the best ever installation to go along with my paintings I ever did. I think it's amazing. It was resting there like this for like a month. And I'm still very happy with this install. Some other stuff. Here, I didn't know what to think about Germany no more, so it'll be a bit of German painting. Some more German stuff, like here more in the witch area. This one has a very nice title called Horch, der Geilhuber ruft, which is unfortunately impossible to translate to English. Would mean something like, listen, the horny, whatever, like a kind of like a bird's name is calling. That's what it would mean. Some more, also another show in Brussels as well, where Björn also attended, I remember, he was there. And then I did at Brussels Art Fair last year, I did a mural as well. It was called The Dancing Plague. And this was actually the last mural I did before the mural now, right here. The Dancing Plague was, I will just read you the text here so like you get the idea of it. The Dancing Plague, or dance epidemic, occurred in 1518 in Strasbourg. A few hundred people danced frantically for weeks as if ridden by beasts, unable to stop until total exhaustion, collapse, and in many cases, death. Some sources claim that for a period, the dancing plague killed around 15 people per day. So this, for me, was like a kind of, it's apparently a true story, or it was just it went so nice along, like so many works I did for a long time. So I decided for the Brussels Brussels Art Fair, to paint it live while the people are there. Like also like as in like until exhaustion, blah, blah, as if I would get exhausted, but like it was like the pretentious way to explain it all, right? And yeah, this is what turned out of it. And I was very pleased with this thing. Also, it was a nice feeling to do an art fair booth without anything to sell. Like it was kind of a statement type thing. And yeah, I was very pleased with it, very happy. And then this is here, like, now here we are here. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like I only put one of these pieces because maybe you go and check out the other one because I made two. Say a few words about this. So like I was very, very honored to paint in Ostend because I like James Ensor a lot. And for me it was very special to be allowed to paint basically in his living room. And then when I started, as always, I didn't want to make a sketch, and like I wasn't really clear how to handle this, also because I never painted in color in a mural before. It was kind of scary for me. And then I thought, like, what's the essence of Ensor for me? And was a lot of this like faces being lost, like not knowing if you're wearing a mask or if you're not, like this kind of, you know, the feeling when you watch into somebody's face when they're hung over and you see them like a scared, very little caged animal inside their body, right? Like this look you get of people. And I decided I wanted to do as many faces as possible, so I chose like a group photograph as a starting point. But while during painting, I found out that I was going to paint 2 pregnant women on each side of the walls. So as to have like Ensor's children, to kind of have like a positive message. But we have 2 different pregnant women. We have one, the kind of, you might think she walks in shame. You don't know what is the nature of this parade she's walking in, which is the one we see right now, because also her face is veiled. She kind of has to be guided by these smoking people, which indicates they might not only mean well for her. While on the other side, you have like the proud, now it's a bit silly, I don't have the picture, but you see it when you go there. You have like a proud couple where like the father is touching the belly of the mother. And the whole thing is a bit more of a celebration, while still, of course, like whoever gets born grows up in a sick world. Which is also beautiful because it brings us together. Because we're all suffering this together, like we are all on the back of a pickup truck that we don't know the driver of, on a road to death, and there are no detours. Thank you.